Iced tea.
That's correct.
You might need a little caffeine.
Your waitress is Gloria, and your waiter is Levi. If you want to. It's nice.
Sure it's Levi, not Levy?
No, you're leaving that. They say.
You've enjoyed sharing.
Oh, I was gonna say, how's you guys doing the slots? The slots there. Thank you, Levi. Yes.
Oh, that's the place I want to stay. Where were they?
You would like it.
Somebody here when it should, and it causes everybody to lose a half. You have. Oh yeah. Sure. But
So they had to decide whether to get 2 gallons of gas and go for a drive or go to the movies. She said they always got 2 gallons of gas.
No problem.
Well, that was before. That was before.
Tomatoes at 12 o'clock or 6 or 9?
Makes no difference to me. I eat them wherever they are. Well, there's a lady sitting there.
She's invisible.
You had the card.
you did.
No, I haven't.
I didn't.
No,
No.
I haven't signed it. What is it?
Is this for Sarah?
The wrong one.
Recording, okay, hold. Okay, go ahead.
I could do the honor and just go around the table.
This is for Byron Rall, who couldn't make it, and he's always made our, Mary Rall Wiley, sending this to Byron Rall. He's always come to our reviews. He couldn't make it. I think his wife is not too well. And so just thought it would be a nice gesture. And we love nice gestures. Okay. So I guess everybody signed it. Thank you. And I think that's very nice. I don't have a lot to say except I'm sure glad everybody could come. And if you're like me, not too much food.
For some reason, they're taking it very good.
I had the salmon, but I saw those fillets, and I thought, I think I made a slight mistake there. Because that fillet absolutely good.
That was huge. I've never seen it fillet that big.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Who did?
Yeah, Johnny did a good
Oh,
job.
yeah.
I did what?
You did a good job.
You did a good job. You did well.
Did a good job for doing what? I didn't do anything.
Well, the next thing Johnny's going to do is get up here and talk to you. You know, he's a no.
That's her boyfriend. It's got to be her boyfriend.
You probably all know that Johnny was a very famous radio announcer. He had a sports show, he had a talk show. They heard him worldwide. He worked out of St. Louis, he worked out of Los Angeles. Absolute famous man. So he can handle something like this a whole lot better than I can. So we're gonna get Johnny up here. Where did Curtis run away?
No, he just went to tinkle. He'll be
The
right
camera's
back.
rolling, so stay there.
He went to tinkle.
Dad, you have delivery.
Oh, jeez.
The girl sent me
No, we don't have anybody to operate the
Okay.
video.
I have a bunch.
Handle the camera, handle the camera.
I don't know how.
Just pick it up and aim it at your father. Hurry up.
No, I think that's his.
Dad, wait a minute.
Well, you can't.
Come on, Johnny.
He got some delivery.
I think we got problems.
I don't know how to work this thing,
Aim it at
Leslie.
your father. That's
He
all.
had it down there.
It's all set, so just aim it at your dad.
Before I read this, which I'm afraid to read because I think there's going to be a lot of boos.
You say booze?
But if you haven't met them, I'd like to let you know who my family is that are here. My daughter Candy Kay, who's got the camera. My son Curtis J.
He stepped out. He went, yes.
And especially my sister Helen from Pittsburgh, PA.
Yay.
And the young lady to her left, right,
Right,
wherever. I've known her since 1979,
8.
78. She used to help me when I managed softball teams in California. And she was the one that wrote all the letters to you all about the reunion.
Thank you very
Her
much.
name is Leslie.
Thank you.
Good job.
Now, my first visit to Las Vegas, when I was elected the coordinator, I went to the Riviera Hotel and Casino, where I met my chauffeur. And they actually agreed to help me coordinate this reunion. Unfortunately, they have to work. And they are topless dancers, by the way, in case you guys haven't been over there. And they definitely said that they would be here at 8:30, if they didn't have to work.
Well, what is in that envelope?
Well, I'm gonna find out to see whether.
Tickets to the Riviera to see him.
You're all cordially invited to the Riviera.
Oh, I think I might have somebody else read this. Who wants to volunteer?
Jerry Pelton.
Leslie, would you read it?
Yeah.
Why, are you gonna get tears in your eyes or something?
Well, it's very, I don't even like the opening sentence.
And she can't see it either.
Leslie?
No. Oh, I like the opening.
Need more light?
No, I'm fine, darling. Dearest Johnny K. We know we promised to be with you, your shipmates, friends, and family tonight. But the boss scheduled an extra show for some VIPs. We protested that there were no greater VIPs than our World War II vets. He disagreed.
No.
So, we cannot be with you tonight, and we are so sorry. However, we wanted you boys to have something to remember us by, so we are sending you these pics to keep the good times we had in your memory and your heart. Thank you so much for making us a part of your wonderful reunion. I couldn't Love and kisses from the girls. And it's got 6 kisses on the bottom.
Well, we gotta hope to see what's in it.
See what they
Pass
sent
it
us.
around.
Oh my. It says the U.S.S Rall, thank you so much for saving our butts. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to auction these off. And the money we raise from them will go into the U.S.S Rall Fund. I'm sorry that they couldn't make it. But you can see them tonight. They're at the Riviera.
Says here the flamenco.
The other.
Well, I have nothing more to say except I hope you're having a good time. And I apologize.
So we hired us and we got
Anybody else? I thought you were gonna handle this show, Johnny.
No, you're the boss. You're the presidente.
By default. Now that Curtis is back, Curtis is behind that camera. First place, we owe a debt of gratitude to Curtis because he is the guy that put that DVD together. Dick Graves was the director, but we got technical help that we couldn't afford.
Yeah. Do you have some extra copies of that that I could, if I have one of my own, I'd like my children to have?
The DVD, Dick has copies. And how many were at the meeting last night, 7 o'clock?
I'm sorry?
Some didn't make it. Okay, we had a little session, and the reason I mention this is because Curtis mentioned it. We had a little section with our actual shipmates, people who were on the destroyer U.S.S Rall. And we described certain things about the ship that a person who has never been on a DE would not understand, whatever. And Curtis apologized for not taking any pictures. So what he said, maybe we could run through it again and get pictures of the people making those statements.
Because they just stand up and move their mouths.
Well,
You have a 2-minute limit.
that's up to you. But no pictures were taken of these goofy guys telling you about the goofy life on a, that was not a goofy ship. That was, we would call small but mighty. Small
Just a
but deadly.
suggestion.
And believe me, that ship was small but deadly.
Scooter,
And
you
if
scooter.
you'd like to
Curtis,
run through
you
some of
snoozed,
this
you
again.
lose.
Oh, we got one man shaking his head, no.
I think you're outvoted on that, Bill.
We won't do it.
Just a suggestion.
Sarah asked, though, that we do get all the men together and get a picture of all the men who are here.
Yeah,
And
that's a
that's
good
not
idea.
just crew members,
I'd like to.
all the men who are here. And I said, well, that's sort of discriminatory. What we need to do is do that, and then we get one of all the ladies that are here.
We need one of all the shipmates, just the men on board ship.
So that is certainly something we need to do. We need to get group
I'd like to
pictures.
have one just of the men that was from the ship though.
Yes, yes, that's it, just the shipmates. We don't need the other men, just the
You're the
shipmates.
photographer.
Get these old guys out of the way. That's what you're trying to
Sarah is the photographer.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get one of all the men that were on the ship, but I think we need one of all the men that are here.
One is the guy.
And then there weren't many women on the ship. If there were, we're not gonna tell you about it. But then we'll get one of all the women that are here, and that'll go into scrapbook.
Mary's friend.
So that we'll have
Mary's
some
friend.
of,
That's three.
U.S.S Rall
Where's
Reunion
Dennis Duffy? He's not here
2006.
tonight.
And I don't know if you all know now, but the decision was made last night. U.S.S Rall EE 304 Reunion 2007 will be in Dallas, Texas. And we, anyway, that'll be a lot of fun. So, we have a drawing. We all got a little ticket. And Dick Graves is going to handle that part of the program.
I hope you can all hear me. My voice is going. It's either the third or the fourth thing of Billy. Anyway, by chance, an author.
I gave you two, Ellen.
Sears.
You took them back.
Yeah, I gave you these two here. You can have 3, 4, 4.
He's going to be a great author. His first book was quite a success. It's called The Last Epic Naval Battle. And he wanted to have a book here in time for the drawing, but he could not. So we'll find out who the winner is, and you'll receive an autographed copy from him. The fact that it is autographed by the author should make it quite valuable. And he is writing a new book, which will, let's see, so I don't make a mistake here. Just a small picture of the cover. It will be At War with the Wind. It's about the kamikazes and the battle for Okinawa. And he is interviewing probably at least 200 men. He contacted me and then asked me for the names and phone numbers of other men on the Rall who could give them part of the story, and he'll be contacting many of these. So anyway, I'd like to have somebody draw a number. Barbara's one of our guests. Would you pull the ticket here? And let's see who the winner is. I'm just going to read the last three numbers. 310. That is it?
She's got
Mary has it.
It's
Liz.
Oh, it's Liz.
I don't think that's the interest of
She will enjoy it.
He should. Just right.
Yeah, not great.
Those of you who
He's way over there.
miss it, after I've read the
Yeah.
book, then we can have some comments in our next newsletter. When his new book is out, we'll certainly be told about it. Thank you.
A raffle for 2 pictures or an auction.
You need a drawing. You need a drawing, I suppose.
For those of you who are flying, I'll be very happy to pay the postage on the pictures and send them to you. If you're reluctant to
Listen,
take
I'd be
them aboard
afraid
your
to
ship.
take that home. My husband would probably want it in his bedroom.
Can you get a front view? Can you get a front view? Just turn the picture
The only
around.
way you're gonna get a front view is to go to the Riviera because they do topless dances.
I thought you knew all answers.
I refuse to answer on the ground.
John, Paul Felke just said, that's easy. There it is.
Wrong side.
That was Paul Felke. Good old Paul.
Well, so nobody voted for what? Auction, raffle.
Do the drawing, John.
Hey, folks, I need $21 bid. Gotta start $21. $21 to start.
I'll bid $21.
Buy your 21. Anybody?
You got 21 over there.
$21?
This man,
What do I hear? 22.
this man said $21.
Oh, I don't want it. I had enough of them for 7 months.
I don't know that he would.
Well, apparently nobody's interested in my girl.
He said Dick wants it.
I said $21. I started the bid. That's the ending bid, and that's what I get it. I'll pay it. How about that? Is it fair enough?
21 also.
Did you say 21?
Yeah, I say 21.
I said 22.
Bidding's over.
Our treasurer.
I drove out here.
I'm gonna call Jane ahead of time, Dick.
This is worth it.
I won't see you carry that on the phone.
No, I think I can find a home.
Thank you so much.
Nothing else, I'll take it down to the American Legion post. That's what I want.
Dick, you want that paper to put in?
Well, Johnny said he'd mail it.
Okay.
So,
And you see, it's diversified.
you have my address.
Yes, it is.
It's great. It's very tastefully done.
Yes. It's like they all have their hands around it.
Yes, yeah.
You just kind of lay it underneath. Your little hip.
Well, you can't see anything you don't see on a baby running down the
Right,
hall.
right, absolutely.
Johnny, Paul wants to know where you got the picture.
From the Riviera Casino Hotel. I'm really not lying to you people.
We know.
Ask my assistant, where did we get the picture?
The Riviera Hotel.
I believe it.
Girls, yeah.
And it was sent by,
What a
I
big,
guess, the girls in the public relations.
what a big surprise, huh? Johnny K, what are we gonna do?
Are there any questions before we adjourn?
I'd like to say something if I may.
All right, quiet. Stand up, please.
My name is Joyce McManamy, and my brother was killed in these guys. The older I get, the more I miss him. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to get together with him. And my mother would love it. He was her only boy. And she would love this to happen. On the table over there, one Christmas a few years ago, my husband presented me with those things. He's an old man, advertising man. Somehow or the other, he had gotten hold of this company who researches the history of all the ships, where they were born and where they died, and what all happened, what kind of battles they were in, and a picture. And he had those made for me and brought them home. I've got them in what I call the war room. He was in Europe, but my brother, of course, was in the Pacific. So we have a war room in our house. And if you would like copies of those, I might be able to find where he ordered them. Yeah, I'm sure he's still got the catalogs. I do have an email. Bill and Dick know what it is. So I'd be happy to give you those addresses if you want them. Okay?
Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you.
Do you have anybody who wants to complain about the reunion? Go back so happy.
Get it over with. If you want to complain.
Everybody had a good Dallas will be wonderful too, because I spent a lot of time in Dallas, as you probably know. Kurt and Candy being born in Mesquite, Texas, and Paris, Texas. Am I correct there? Kid, is that where you were born?
Dallas.
Yeah, strikes on both.
And I worked at CBS there
You were in.
when President Kennedy was assassinated. And I was right by the Texas School Book Suppository. No, I'm just joking. But I actually didn't see him killed because we wrapped up our microphones and we were walking away when it happened. And it's a very historic and very somber place to be. And of course, if you want to, I'll give you a tour of CBS where I met Walter Cronkite, Dan Rather, and Eric Seberide, who came to Dallas after the assassination. So it was very, very, aside from being on the U.S.S Rall, that was quite an exciting time for me when I was a broadcaster. So I'm sure that Dennis and Candy, who has volunteered to help a little bit, will show you a real good reunion. And I hope to see all of you, including me, there.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. President, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. John.
Hello.
Okay.
Wonderful
Hey.
job.
John.
Back here.
Over here.
I think Sarah would like to have a few words.
Well, I was going to say, we have two of our own celebrities. And of course, one of our celebrities is the Music Man. And every time, every reunion, he brings his harmonica and plays it. And he left his harmonica at home.
What?
Paul Velke is our harmonica man.
He could sing though.
He gets 10 demerits right on the back.
Sing.
Sing?
Yeah, he can sing.
Nuisance, that's why I didn't bring it.
Excuses, excuses.
I need to bring it.
10 demerits.
Shame on you.
Next time.
But I'm sure that the Rall stand-up comedian has a word for it. Sarah Woodward.
Well, I was just thinking a little while ago when Johnny had this picture of the girls. Anna was just telling me that here yesterday, she tried to get John to go into this topless restaurant with her. And John said, no way, I'm not going in there. And she said, well, why not? And he said, well, it's bad enough when the waitress gets their fingers in your suit. I know it.
You see what
You know it. Here before they came down to the reunion though, Paul was getting out of the shower and he told me, he said, man, it's so hot today. He said, I don't even want to put on any clothes. He said, I wonder what the neighbors would think if I went out and cut the grass like this, like this. And she said, well, they'd probably think I married you for your money.
That's all she thinks about. Next month's gonna be tough.
I know it. Bill, he heard Dottie saying her prayers the other day, and Dottie said, dear Lord, said, I pray for wisdom to understand my man, love to forgive him, and patience for his mood. Because, Lord, if I prayed for strength, I'd beat him to death. Well, Liz is not here. But Liz asked me, she said, you know what the difference in men and women? I said, what? She said, a woman wants one man to satisfy her every need. But a man wants every woman to satisfy his one need. We were talking the other day about being so poor. Dick and I we really were talking about, how we grew up and all. And I told Dick, I said, well, when I grew up, we were so poor that one time a burglar broke into our house and but he left us $50. Yeah, she's been kidding me about, getting married. But really, when Bill proposed to me, it was so sweet. He said, let's get married in the morning. That way, if it don't work out, the whole day won't be wasted. But this little article came out in a little joke section in our paper I thought was right cute. These people had been married for 25 years. And so one day he took a look at his wife and he said, honey, 25 years ago, we had a cheap apartment, a cheap car, we slept on a sofa bed, and we watched a 10-inch black and white TV. But I got to sleep every night with a hot 25-year-old blonde. Says, now we have a nice house, a nice car, a big bed, and plasma screen TV, but I'm sleeping with a 50-year-old woman. And it seems to me that you're not holding up your side of things. And his wife, she was very reasonable, and she told him, she said, you go out and find you a hot 25-year-old blonde, and said that she would make sure that he would once again be living in a cheap apartment, driving a cheap car, and living on a sofa bed. Lyle told Darlene last night, said, honey, why don't you wear something to bed that I can see through? I know, that's what I'm saying. And Darlene did, she wore a hairnet. But she laid down to go to sleep, and she about half asleep, she had her mouth open, and he dropped some aspirin in it. She raises up, she said, what are you doing dropping that aspirin in my mouth? And he said, well, I thought you had a headache. She said, no, I don't have a headache. He said, oh, I got you. That's your second secret, Lyle. Oh, mercy. Here's things that has a gender to it. They say that Ziploc bags are male because they hold everything in, but you can see right through them. And copiers are females because once turned on, it takes a while to warm them up again. It's an effective reproduction device if the right buttons are pushed, but can wreak havoc if the wrong buttons are pushed. Oh. A hammer is a male because it hasn't changed much over the last 5,000 years, but it's handy to have around. A remote control is female. You thought it'd be male, didn't you? But consider this. It gives a man pleasure. He'd be lost without it. And while he doesn't always know the right buttons to push, he keeps trying. This truck driver, I bet you've all heard this. A truck driver was driving along the freeway, and there was a sign that said low bridge ahead. Before he knew it, the bridge was right in front of him, and with no place to go, he got stuck under the bridge. And so cars backed up for miles. And finally this police car came up, and the cop gets out. He walks around to the truck driver and puts his hands on his hips and says, got stuck, huh? And the truck driver says, no, I was delivering this bridge and I ran out of gas. This fellow was leaving a party and he wasn't in any shape to drive, so he wisely left his car parked and started walking unsteadily home. He was dropped by a policeman, and the policeman said, well, what are you doing out here at 2 o'clock in the morning? And the fellow says, well, I'm going to a lecture. And the cop says, well, who's going to give you a lecture at this hour? And he said, my wife. This young Tennessean, I shouldn't tell these Tennessee jokes since we live right on the Tennessee border. But this young Tennessean came running to the store and he said to his friend Bubba, he said, somebody just stole your pickup from the parking lot. And Bubba said, well, did you see who it was? He said, no, I couldn't tell, but I got his license number. This neighbor, he got this parrot as a gift. And so the old parrot, he was grown, and man, he had a bad attitude, and his vocabulary was terrible. And so every other word was, whoosh, you wouldn't want to hear it. So the neighbor, he tried everything to get this bird's attitude changed and help his vocabulary. And the more she tried, the worse the bird got. So she stuck him in the freezer. She had to get a moment of peace, so she put him in the freezer. And the old bird was just swearing and kicking and screaming. In a little while, he got quiet. And she thought, Lord, maybe he's froze to death or something. So she opens the door, and the old parrot jumps out in arms, and he says, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I apologize. I won't ever do that again. And before she just astounded her. So before she had a chance to ask him what happened, he looked at her and said, can I ask you what the chicken did? You know, the problem with getting a designated driver, it's not a good, desirable job. But that if you ever do get suckered into doing that, to have some fun, you know, you've heard of blonde jokes, and this is a blonde year in review. January, I took the scarf back to the store because it was too tight. Blonde jokes, kids, you don't know. February, I was fired from the pharmacy job for failing to print labels. Hello, bottles won't fit in the typewriter. March, I got really excited. I finished a jigsaw in 6 months. It said on the box from 2 to 4 years. You know, these blonde jokes, I've told this before, but and you probably heard it, but you know, there was this blonde and red-headed. They got the family farm, and they thought, well, to make this farm work right and pay for itself, we need a bull, and so we can raise some cattle. And somebody said, well, if you go down here in Texas, you get a good bull. So the redhead told her, the blonde sister said, I'm going to go down here and see if I can find the bull. And if I do, I'm going to send you a telegram to come get it. And so she went down to Texas and she found this bull. And so she went to the telegraph office and telegraphed her sister. And so the man says, well, now that'll be $10 for the telegram. And she said, well, I've already paid all my money for this bull. I just have $2 left. He said, well, you can't send but one word then. And she said, well, all right. Said, send the word comfortable. And the guy says, how in the world is your sister going to know to get the truck and the trailer and come get the bull? And he said, oh, so my sister's a blonde, and said, and she'll talk real slow. And so when she gets the telegram, she'll read it, come for the bull. In April, she was trapped on an escalator for hours doing a power cut. In May, she said, I tried to make Kool-Aid, but the wrong instructions. She said 8 cups of water won't fit into those little packets. In June, I tried to go water skiing. I couldn't find a lake with a slope. It's about like the guy that gave his wife, she was a blonde, gave her the cell phone for Christmas. And so she went out one day and he called her on the cell phone. And she said, he said, well, how do you like your new cell phone? She said, oh, I just love it. Said it's so plain, just like you were here, and it's so small and handy. But there's one thing I don't understand. He said, well, what's that? She said, well, how did you know I was at Walmart? I know it. Oh, I wouldn't like, but somebody's got to like it, these jokes. Oh, it was just like what I said about my husband. You know, I like jokes like this. When he was a child, he had this pet zebra, and he named him Spot. Oh, mercy. Well, last July, what she did, she said, I lost the breaststroke race. Said, I found out later the other swimmers cheated. They used their arms. Oh, well, let's skip down. Well, in October, she said, I hate M&M. Said, they're so hard to peel. I know. You got in the wrong place, Jerry. She said, November, I baked a turkey for 4 days. Said the instruction says 1 hour per pound, and I weigh 108. Oh, let's see. I was trying to think of some other things as I was going, but I told some of them that right before we came, I was in a bad mood. I was going through the checkout line in Walmart, and somebody ran into me with a buggy. I turned around, and I gave that guy a really bad look. And he said, well, you are the ugliest woman that I ever saw. And I said, well, you're the drunkest man I ever saw. And he said, yeah, but said, tomorrow I'll be over mine. I was telling Barbara one time I lost in the beauty contest, and I was the only one running. Well, folks, that's all I know.
I don't think anybody can top that. Okay. Anything before we have our pictures taken? Anything you want to say? Anything? Keep it clean. Well, kind of clean. As far as I know then, I hope you all enjoyed the banquet. I thought the steak looked fantastic.
Yes.
The salmon was salmon. The cake was too much. So enjoy yourselves, but let's try to get the men together. Let's get the shipmate together first.
Yes.
And we'll get some pictures.
We're gonna be up against this wall.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
Come on, you old salt.
And somebody in the front row should hold the ship.
Y'all might need to move from down there away from
Get your one.
It is getting better, but only like this much every day. Well, my picture came in.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
We're glad you're around there and got that. All right, boys, scrunch in a little bit now. Take a picture up there. I think the short one should be.
He wants some of them to sit down.
I got a pen around so I can get
Yeah.
You're
Where do
shorter.
we get? Hang on.
No idea how handsome you are.
Smile, Chuck.
That's my daughter, hands the bullshit. That at her mother's knee.
Think of those butts you say.
Y'all stand still now.
That's his picture. Maryland.
Yeah.
Get them all? That's why.
Hold on.
Jeez, he used to move over that way just to hire. They make sure this is deep.
I'm losing my mind. I don't know which is worse.
You guys on the outside, just kind of get in a little. I hope I got
Yeah, my old brother was
You
so
see,
sweet boy.
I hope so.
Somebody at the last reunion I was at told me he was such a jokester.
Oh, okay.
And he was always very.
You know, I think y'all don't mind, let me let y'all on the front set down.
You never know.
Them on the back. I'm afraid that we're not gonna get everybody in there.
I should have been in show business.
Then about 4 set across the front, let's put the chairs together.
And it could be that they just couldn't get it for some reason.
Come on, about 4 get set chairs.
You need a fifth one?
Yeah. And then before it was done,
Move it over closer, yeah, let them hang it out.
You want more?
well, I didn't know.
Oh, that's great.
Big shoulders, you know, they make it.
Sit, John, you want to sit down? Somebody needs to sit in that chair.
Yeah, big time.
The empty chairs for Mrs. Rall.
That's perfect.
That's what I say, that's much better. Yeah, if y'all kind of squeeze together now.
More room.
Well,
Tell us when to
there's too
smile.
much room, Bill, between you and LeBlanc.
Picture up now.
Y'all scoot over in the back.
Johnny. Move
Bill,
over just
scoot
a little
over.
bit right there. Yeah. Don't you mean, John?
Get him over here.
Now, y'all,
Everybody wants to be a director.
she's gonna pose all of them.
That's all right. Oh, great, no, that's good for you.
This is
Ellen,
great. One,
Yeah.
two,
Oh, boy.
three.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, that is perfect.
Here we are.
Okay, that's it. That's all.
I'm gonna get one more, just a
Just
minute.
flash by.
Sarah, you got like 10 now.
There, Sarah. Give me my dark
Oh, I
glasses.
hope that's good.
Oh, I think you will be.
Yeah.
Can I get
Okay, we
up?
need Dennis, and we need Richard, and we need Ralph.
Enough distance to get, we're gonna widen out all these men.
Do we want to put a couple more chairs for them? And space them one or two wide? What do you think I'll do, Katie?
Where's you get Curtis in here?
I know.
Get leave Curtis out.
Curtis.
You don't escape.
You had left it open, I saw the itself sitting there. That's the only time I've ever.
Here we go.
Here we go. There we go.
Smile, cheese.
Okay,
And my name is John Rock.
what else you gotta say, John?
Wish you a lot of luck in your happiness. Chuck Harp, congratulations.
My name is John Kunsak, better known as Johnny K. And I wish everybody good health, good happiness for many, many years to come.
My name is Paul Velke, and I'm looking forward to seeing your little baby at our next reunion.
Big joke, Paul.
It's gonna make headlines too.
I'm Jerry Pelton, and I agree with Paul.
Is that all you gotta say, Jerry?
Yep.
My name's Dick Draghi, nephew of Lieutenant Rall. It's been great, thanks.
My name's Ralph Taylor, and I appreciate the way all these crewmen have accepted me.
Lyle Bristol, speed it up, sir.
You didn't say much, Lyle. He's ashamed to say he's John Rock's son-in-law. Kurt.
My name is Curtis Kunsak, and I'm just happy to be here.
name is Phil Krause from New Jersey.
My name is Dick Graves. I'm looking forward next year to say welcome aboard, Mrs. Sarah Wood.
Thank you, Dick.
Gene LeBlanc, first class quartermaster, watching the people put up the flags on Okinawa.
I'm Vinny Skomans. I'm the kid from Colorado. And it's sure a lot of fun every year getting together with this outfit.
I'm John Duffy, and congratulations to you, Sarah.
Thank you, John. Good to see you this year, John. Hey, Dennis.
And I'm Dennis Duffy, John's son, and wish you the best, Sarah, and looking forward to seeing everybody at 2007 in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, he's one that's going to coordinate it for us next year. We're looking for a good time,
They need
Dennis.
those for the ladies.
Looking forward to it.
Let them bring their own.
Sold the house, not even considering selling it. Yeah, but there's Sarah. She's got you on film. Sarah's got you on film. You're looking forward to it also at the next reunion. We surely hope you the very best.
Thank you,
as
Paul.
well as Mr. Wood.
Congratulations all over again.
Okay, thank you. They're doing that because I'm getting married here in November.
She's getting married in November.
I know.
Yes.
Congratulations.
We wish you the best.
She doesn't know when, though.
Oh, she doesn't?
I think she ought to get home and get married the next day.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
There's Barbara Page.
Let's go.
Okay.
She's my friend that came with me this time.
Come on, you guys.
How you doing?
Let's freeze up. Yes, that's it, girls.
Oh, okay. Yes, you have a couple of
We got a lot more.
Oh, shoot, I should have got my camera out.
Was it your friend's idea?
I think it's a great That's all you gotta come back because you're too
Wow, I think the women outnumber the men here. Gotta move this far back.
It's all the girls.
We're the showgirls.
Hang on, let me zoom in, zoom out. Ladies and gentlemen, the showgirls.
We're all going to coffee for this one, I
You're talking again.
Boy, that's a good picture. Wow. Oh, these young girls.
It's embarrassing. You're making me hold it. These ladies are making me hold it. She's not going to touch it.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Your shoulder blade.
All right.
Are we done?
Thank you, ladies. I'm gonna trail out. No, you're cool, you're cool. Get at it. Get in there, Bill.